Alrighty. Okay. We're gonna work on upper body, basically shoulders, chest opening, heart opening. So we're gonna start on our backs. You can grab one of your blocks and just place it behind your, in between your shoulder blades. We're coming into a reclined fish pose. If you have another block, you can support your head with it if you need to. I'm gonna bring you another block for later, Kat. Well, you're gonna need it. So, positioning that block between your shoulder blades, on low level, probably to start after a couple minutes or a couple breaths. This feels pretty good and you're not having any kind of reactive tension because of the way you're set up. You might be able to lift it up another level, but this is usually good for centering. Supporting the head, and then just kind of allowing the shoulders to roll backwards over the block, palms open up towards the ceiling. Really focusing on your breaths, really deep. Inhale, slowing it down. Slow exhales, as slow as you can make them. The duration of that exhale is allowing you time to kind of relax and settle into this shape. Letting your pelvis relax and sink down towards the floor, the shoulders relax. Take about 5 more breaths. Over the course of those 5 breaths, now starting to kind of clear out the clutter in your mind. Bringing yourself into this space, noticing your body, quality of your thoughts, connection with how your body feels and the depth of your breath. Take your time, kind of roll over to one side, removing those blocks from beneath you. And you'll come right back onto your back. Reaching your arms out to the sides like cactus arms, so elbows straight out from the shoulders, wrists out from the elbows. Palms both facing up for now. And then you're just going to bring that right palm forward and place it down on the mat. So palm side down. And then reach it back up, switch sides. Left palm coming down. So we're just kind of going back and forth. Checking out range of motion in the shoulders. Also maybe noticing any imbalances you have in the shoulder area. Maybe you feel one side of your shoulder blade lift up a little bit more than the other. Just observing, not creating any kind of story around it. Just noticing. Maybe you feel tightness on one side that you don't feel on the other. That might affect whether that shoulder blade is lifting up higher or not. Two more on each side. And then you're just going to sweep your arms all the way up towards the ceiling and bring your right arm under your left arm. Eagle arms. If you're not able to come into eagle arms, you can just bring your forearms together. Otherwise, right arm under the left arm. Reach your elbows up towards your head. Your fingers are going to reach up towards the ceiling. Now kind of slide the fingertips back behind you. And then elbows drop down towards the chest. Just kind of moving on like a conveyor belt. Up and down. And then coming back to center. Switch the arms, left arm under the right. Just pause here for a couple of breaths. Again, elbows coming up towards the head, fingertips, pinkies reaching up towards the ceiling. A couple of big breaths here. Kind of moving those forearms on the conveyor belt again. Elbows down towards the belly button, fingertips back towards the windows. That, bring your hands back into that cactus position, and we're just going to kind of move back into that range of motion. Maybe see if you feel a little bit of a difference. Lowering the palms, alternating sides. And then lower both hands down by your sides. Just going to start to prop yourself up on your forearms like you would if you're watching TV or something. Coming into an unsupported fish pose. So rolling the shoulders back, imagining someone has a string tied to your sternum, pulling the sternum all the way up towards the ceiling. You could just keep your cervical spine neutral if you'd like, or if it feels okay to drop the head back, you can drop the head back. Bring the gaze back forward. You're going to kind of press into the heels and start to lift the hips up. So you're kind of in a reverse forearm plank. Not really going anywhere large. Just a little bit of a lift of the butt off the floor. Squeeze the shoulder blades together. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Put it down. Good. Come all the way back down to your back. Sweep your arms up overhead. Take a big breath in, full body stretch. And then exhale, hug the knees into the chest. And just start to rock and roll front to back on your mat until you find your way into a tabletop position. Once you have your tabletop, you'll grab your blocks. You're going to kind of bring your blocks about shoulder width apart.
You need another block. Oh, you have one. Okay.
Sorry, I didn't notice that you only had one. So from here, you're just gonna start to come down on your forearms on the blocks and kind of walk your elbows towards the center of the block. And then just sink your chest down towards the floor. Kind of bring your palms together and let your forehead sink down to the mat. If you don't feel anything going on here, you can take it up another level on the blocks, but for most of us, this is gonna be good. And then we're gonna move our thumbs towards our upper back and then move our pinkies down towards the floor. Just back and forth. Nice. And then find a place, a position for your hands where you feel the most tightness in the shoulders. And hold it there. For me, it's thumbs back by the upper back. Take a few breaths. Squeeze the palms in towards each other. Kind of activate the shoulders. Good, and then you'll press yourself back up. You can kind of move the blocks off to the side for now. Coming into your tabletop, sweep your right arm all the way up. Start to make big circles with the arm. Next time that right arm's reaching up, pause there, hold it. And see if you can kind of pick up this left side of your pelvis, pull it back, lift it up towards the ceiling. Kind of feel a little tightness in the back of that right shoulder when you do that. Breathe in and then bring your right hand behind your head. Take an inhale. Exhale, tap down to the left wrist with your right elbow. And inhale, pick it back up. Exhale, tap. Inhale, lift. 3 more. Maybe gathering more range of motion with each rep. The next time the right arm's up, extend it all the way to the ceiling and bring your hand behind your back. Right hand is reaching over for that left outer hip. And that connection, maybe you kind of encourage that hip to lift up and square off the position of your pelvis. Keep rolling that right shoulder back, squeezing the shoulder blade in. 3, 2, and 1. Just put it down next to the left. Inhale, tilt the tailbone, lift the gaze to your cow pose. Exhale, round. Moving through a few more rounds. Into a neutral spine and reaching that left arm up. Big circles. Next time that arm is up, bend the elbow, bring the hand behind the head. See if you can drop the left side of your pelvis down, lift the right side up. That might drop that left elbow a little bit, that's okay. Inhale, squeeze the low belly to lock the pelvis in place. Reach the elbow up, and then exhale, tap it down. Inhale, reach. Exhale, lower. 3 more.
behind your back, looking for that right outer hip, maybe tucking it underneath it, encouraging it to kind of lift up. Squeezing that left shoulder blade back towards the midline. Take another breath. And exhale, left hand comes down to the floor. Adding lateral flexion to the spine now, dropping your left shoulder over towards your left hip, looking over towards your foot, and then switching sides. Neutral. You'll tuck your toes and start to lift your hips into a down dog. Pressing your chest back to your thighs, let your head just hang. Maybe pedal out the feet. Nod the head yes, shake it out. Slowly start to walk the feet up to the hands. Inhale, come up halfway. Exhale, fold. And just hang out here, catch opposite elbow with opposite hands. Head is heavy, knees are bent. The hands and start to roll up one vertebrae at a time. Making your way to standing, rolling the shoulders back and down, palms open up towards me. Inhale, arms reach up, interlace the fingers except for your 2 index fingers. You're going to really shrug the shoulders, reach your arms up as high as you can, squeeze your forearms in towards your ears, and then drop the shoulders down. Keep the length in the arms, equal weight in both feet, and just side bend over towards the right. Notice if you start to kind of lean into that right foot, kind of reposition yourself so that you have equal weight in both feet. Three more. Last one, we're going to release that right hand and just bring it to the outside of the left hip. Keep reaching up towards the top corner of the room. Inhale. Stay with your exhale. And then inhale back up. Hands come back to interlace. Same thing. Shrug the shoulders. Get really long through the arms. Reach your fingers up and now drop the shoulders down. Guide your tailbone towards the floor and then side bend to the left. Equal weight in both feet. One more breath here. And then you'll release that left hand. It'll come behind your back. Maybe wrapping around to that right hip. Right arm is reaching up towards the corner of the room. Left shoulder sliding down. Breathing in. And exhale. Next inhale brings you all back up. And then you can bring your hands behind your back and either interlace your fingers, roll the shoulders back and down, or you can come into reverse prayer hands by bringing your fingertips together, kind of spiraling the fingers up towards the ceiling, and then rolling the shoulders back and down to bring the palms together. Inhale, lift.
lift the chest. Guide the tailbone down, now a little back bend, wherever you are. Inhale. And exhale. Start to fold over the legs, keeping whatever hands you have. If you have prayer hands, keep reaching the elbows up towards the ceiling. Take a breath. And then exhale the hands down to the floor. Inhale, come up halfway. Exhale, step back to plank. Take a breath in. On your exhale, lower to your belly or chaturanga. Inhale, up dog or cobra. Exhale, back down dog. Right leg lifts, breathe in. And step it in between the hands. High crescent. Coming all the way up. Take a few breaths here to kind of find your position, set the foundation. Sinking down into that right side lunge, pressing that left heel back behind you. And then we're just gonna bring our hands forward, palms are together. Not arrow, I'm not gonna do that. Well, I'm not gonna say I'm not gonna do that, but I'm not gonna do that now. Keep your shoulders over your hips for now. And we're just gonna open that right arm up. Reach it back, and then come back forward. Stay lower in your lunge. Reach it back, coming into a twist. Back to center. 3 more times. Last one. We're gonna hold this one. Sink down into the hips. Keep reaching those right fingertips back to keep your shoulders over your hips. And then lower your right hand down to your left hamstring. Bring that left arm up. Big breath in here. And then cartwheel the arms around until you come into warrior 2, facing the bags.
Your body's facing that way, but your right knee's bent. So your gaze is to me. Stephen and Kat. There you go. 2 out of 3 people did the same thing, which means that was not a good cue. Relax your shoulders down and bring your hands behind your back. Keep your chest square towards the back side of the room. So you may have to kind of make a little more effort to draw that left shoulder back. Stay low in your legs. Inhale, chest lifts and opens. Exhale, start to bow. When you bow, that right knee is going to want to kind of buckle in. So keep your right outer hip strong, pulling the knee to align with the feet, the toes. Start to fold over, bringing your arms overhead. Get down a little lower, 3 more. Last one. And then on your next inhale, reach the arms back up, warrior 2. Reverse that right palm. Bring it back. Inhale. Exhale, cartwheel the hands down to the floor. Step your right foot back to your plank, and you're gonna come onto your forearms. So pinky side down, thumb side up. Maybe your fingers are interlaced or they're like mine. Lower your butt, so it's at least as high as your shoulders, if not maybe a smidge lower, but not sinking down. Now look forward, and you're just gonna come forward onto your tippy toes, and then press the heels back. So we're still on that conveyor belt type situation. Come forward and back. Three, Shift back, and now start to lift the hips, walk the feet into dolphin. Pressing into the forearms, bringing your chest towards your thighs. Take 3 more breaths. Good, 1 more. And then you're gonna come back forward again, walk the feet out, back into that forearm plank, and then just lower the hips down. Sphinx pose. Palms come down now. Chest lifts away from the chest. You kind of pull the elbows back. 3, you bring your gaze up a little bit. 2, and 1. Roll the belly down. Press yourself up to a high push-up, and then back to your down dog. Inhale, left leg lifts. Step it through. Coming up, crescent lunge. So take a minute, add all your little fidgeting so that you can make sure the foundation of the pose feels stable, square, aligned. And then reaching the hands forward. Bring the palms to touch, really press the palms into one another, and then you're sweeping that left arm back and forward. 5 times total. The last time you have it back, we're gonna pause. Kind of reach those left fingertips back a little more to stack the shoulders over the hips. Sink a little lower into your lunge. And then left hand to the right hamstring, right arm reaches up. Breathe in. Exhale. Next inhale brings you up into warrior 2. Left knee bent. Again, take a minute, set up the foundation, excuse me, so you feel stable, sink down into the legs. And then bring your gaze towards the LP wall. Interlace the hands behind the back, squeeze the shoulder blades in. Stay low in your lunge. Breathe in here. And then with your exhale, start to fold over the legs. Keep pulling that left hip back to align the knee with the toes. Maybe get a little lower in the lunge. Breathe in. Next inhale brings you up. Back to warrior 2. Flip the left palm, start to reverse. Inhaling. And exhale, cartwheel the hands to the floor. Step back, high push up. And then last time onto your forearms. Again, interlace the fingers if you want. You just want the pinky side down on the floor. And then push into the tippy toes. And then press the heels back. Forward and back. Three, 2, and 1. Lift the hips, walk the feet in, dolphin pose. Take a couple of breaths there. If you want to go a little further, you can play around with lifting up one leg, bringing a little bit more work into the shoulders. And then switch, lift up the opposite leg. Back to your forearms, both legs down, rather, and then come all the way down to your belly. Sweeping that right arm towards the LP side of the room. Bringing your right ear to the mat, and then stepping your left leg behind your right as you roll over onto that left shoulder, or that right shoulder. Back onto your belly. You're going to keep that left knee bent. And sweep back with your right hand, see if you can find your foot. If you can't find your foot, it's okay. You're just reaching hand to foot, foot to hand. Now crawl your left fingertips forward. And on your inhale, lift whatever you can off the floor, including that left arm. Kick into the hand, bring your gaze forward. See if you can lift that left knee up a little bit. 3, 2, and 1. Put everything down, stack the palms, rest your forehead on your hand. Your left arm out to the side, bring your left ear to the floor, right hand by the rib cage, and then step your right leg over the left, rolling onto that left shoulder. One more breath. And then you'll roll back over onto your stomach, keeping that right knee bent. Left arm reaches back to try and find that foot, or foot to hand, hand towards foot. Walk your right hand forward. Start to lift your knee up. Squeeze your heel in towards your glute. And whenever you're ready, everything lifts. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Nice job. Release. Stack the palms. Rest the forehead again. If you want, you can keep both knees bent. Just kind of drop your knees, your feet from side to side. shins down, and then just press your hips back to your heels, coming into child's pose. If you want to take that variation with your elbows elevated on the blocks, you can do that. Or if you've had enough with the shoulders, maybe reach the hands back by your knees and let your shoulders kind of roll forward. Breathing in, exhale out. Nice. And you'll start to kind of press up onto your palms again. Coming into pigeon pose, so right knee comes in towards the right wrist, right ankle towards the left wrist. Working the hips back, placing the top of that left foot down on the floor. Take a big inhale, lift up the chest, and then exhale, start to fold. Maybe you're gonna thread that left arm under the right as you lower down onto that shoulder. Start to press yourself up. Lifting the chest up once again, really press down into that left shin. And then we'll bring that right leg back to our tabletop and just switch sides. Left leg coming forward. Sitting up tall. Starting to fold over the leg, maybe the right arm threads under this time. Press your chest up. Press down into that right shin once you're lifted. And then just rock over to that left hip and bring that right leg around. Extending both legs towards me. You're just gonna lower back down onto your forearms. We're gonna do that fun reverse plank one more time before we close it out.
So roll the shoulders back, squeeze the shoulder blades together, press down into your heels, and lift up your butt. 5, 4, squeeze the low belly, 3, 2, and 1. Put the butt down. Good job. Come all the way down to your back. Open your arms out to the sides. And then just cross your right leg over the left, coming into a twist. Switching sides when you're ready. Straightening out that right leg, crossing the left leg over the body. Back onto your back. Doing a quick scan of your body, seeing if there's anything else you need to complete your practice. Maybe a cloud pose or a bridge pose, reclined butterfly. Ready for Shavasana, you can go ahead and get settled in there. If you're following along on video, stay in your Shavasana for about 5 minutes or so. You can come out of it whenever you're ready.